Everybody, good morning. Yesterday I went to go see two movies, and I'm gonna review reviews for you. The first the first movie I went to go see was Craven, and the second movie I went to go see was Homestead. And Homestead is my first movie review that I'm gonna do for you people at the home, watching this at home, or wherever you're watching this from. Anyway, Homestead's a pretty good movie. It actually is like a pilot movie, kind of, and it's done by Angel Studios, which does a bunch of good Christian movies. They have an Angel Studios app. You should go download it and you should join, because like for $20 a month you can stream all their movies and whatnot. So go do it. Yeah. Anyway, support your local Christian conservative corporations, I guess. Anyways, what I was trying to say. Anyway, it's a prepper, I guess semi prepper ish show. Anyway, this like Los Angeles gets nuked. They claim it's by Russia, but it looked to me more like it's actually by like China or Vietnam or Korea or some junk like that. And this really, really rich dude in the Rockies, like Rocky Mountains and stuff, he pretty much he's like built this giant compound, whatever, huge compound area, and he's trying to protect his family, and there's this military guy with the same name as me, Jeff, so that's pretty cool. And he's like this private military contractor, and him and his group go and they protect the country. They protect the little area, and well, the military guys and the civilian guys, they have, you know, they have differences of opinions, let's put it that way, of how things should be done and operated. It's pretty good. Uh, I mean, the wife and the husband also kind of have different ways of thinking about how to deal with things, too. Uh, so, and that's in both families. The military guy has a family. The rich guy has a family. The rich guy's daughter and the military guy's son kind of be falling in love and stuff. So far, they have two episodes, and I've watched both episodes, and it's pretty interesting. They got some conflicts going on. Like I said, the husband and wife on both groups have conflicts going on. It looks like the rich guy either gets shot and he dies or something. Anyways, they bring his brother into town. And it's just like you got these different people that are have their different ways of doing things, and it's like you got some bullheads that are like, smacking each other because you got multiple alpha males, you know what I'm saying, that are all like, then you got, military versus civilian, male versus female, all these different dynamics going on. And then you got new people coming into the compound, to the homestead. and different things happen to different people, and it affects different people different ways. And they're living off the land. They're living, they're using various different things, technologies and whatnot, to stay and live off the land. And then the city government is trying to, they're doing one thing, and then there's refugees that are coming to the homestead, and the wife kind of lets some of them in, and it just, and then there's certain groups and other factions that try to attack the homestead, including the government, the local government of that town, and they have to deal with those situations. And I mean, I'm kind of hooked. I've only seen the first 2 episodes, and I'm like, oh man, why'd you leave it hanging? I want to know what's going to happen next. And they haven't uploaded any more episodes, so I don't know. Anyway, it's pretty good. Now, one interesting aspect of it that I'm not sure is biblical or not, but I'm not sure who makes it. Not sure what denomination it is. So they have this like little girl that's been traumatized. I think she was like trafficked, like, sex trafficking and stuff. That the military family guy adopted, and she is like a prophetess, I guess. She can somehow see the future, kinda, and she draws these pictures about stuff that she sees, or where she currently sees it, or she sees a little glimpse of the future. I don't know about all that part, but I'm not sure if that's, I'm not sure about the biblicalness of that. It does have some God implications in it, like there's certain aspects of the God thing. There's some people who believe in God, and there's other people who don't believe in God, and it's just, it's not pushing, whether God is real or God is true or not. It's kind of like showing individuals different faiths, and it's not telling you, you have to have faith. Well, I mean, it is kind of telling you have to have faith, but it's not telling you how you have to have faith. You know what I'm getting at? So it's not really pushing the Christianity religion or anything, or it's just about God. So that's interesting. So people are coming, people are going, things are changing. Interesting enough. For the series, it looks like they bring in new characters and get rid of old characters, or people, some people die and different things. So it looks like it's mainly for the drama that they keep doing that. And they also pushing this love story thing between the teenagers, which I guess is okay. I mean, you gotta have something for the girls, right? So you gotta have some drama and love story stuff. Then you got stuff for us guys, which is pretty interesting, like how the military people deal with attacks on the homestead and different types of situations. Then there's also, and everybody's got flaws on this show. I mean, it's like nobody's perfect. Nobody's doing everything right. Everybody's messing up, and then stuff like that. So it's interesting. You got like an inside trader, which is an interesting concept here that we got an inside trader. Yeah. I mean, in the movie, a very interesting concept that happens is the son of the military guy has to shoot a guy, but he shoots a guy under the orders of his dad, and it gives him like some PTSD thing. And it was all over a misunderstanding. He really didn't even need to or have to shoot the guy if the guy would have not kept aiming his gun at him, and if the guy had just left, but the speakerphones, they didn't work. So that was an interesting little thing that they did in the show. But that's done in the movie, but then in the TV show, it's like, I mean, she's very religious. She reads her Bible and stuff, and he's not so much. So it's interesting dynamic here. And it's like interracial, so I don't know if it's not really. I mean, it pushes some interracial poles, so I don't know if it's pushing that or not, but it's fine. It's okay. Yeah. Because the military guy named Jeff is married to a black woman who's also military-ish, and their children are, I guess their children are technically black. They look black, but I guess they're half black, half white. So yeah. And then he's fallen in love with the rich dude who's white and daughter's white. So yeah. Interesting concept here. I can kind of see where groups of people are both right and wrong in the show. So that's pretty interesting little thing that's going on. Anyway, it's pretty good. I don't think it's very... Well, I think it's realistic to a degree. Like, if a really rich person did do this, they would probably do that. But also, I think it's kind of unrealistic in a degree because more than likely, people that are trying to survive an apocalyptic scenario like this would not be, how do I put it? They probably more than likely wouldn't be all as prepared. And yeah, they probably would not be as prepared as they are in this show. Now, that being said, this is a rich guy who's been preparing for who knows how long. And yeah, but also there's the it's kind of got various different struggles in it. It's got like it shows various different struggles, like class rich versus poor, military versus civilian, atheist agnostic versus Christian, a little bit of black versus white, but not as... It's got a lot of those different clashes of different cultures and stuff in it, which is interesting. It's also got kind of a culture clash of democratic versus dictatorship. Who's really in, government versus individual, or property rights versus community rights. Yeah, it's got a lot of elements of that you can see through the show that you're watching while watching the show. There's clear, and like I said, nobody is clearly cut. Well, I mean, there are some clear cut bad guys and some clear cut good guys, but nobody's portrayed to be clearly 100% good or 100% bad. They're all doing it based off of their own different motivations and different reasons for why they're doing what they're doing. They're not necessarily bad guys, and they're not necessarily good guys. And sometimes you see what they're doing is wrong, and in other cases you'll agree with what they're doing, even if they're not the main stars or main hero people of the show. So there's that. That's an interesting little thing that I would say about it. So the characters and the situations are realistic to a degree. I mean, the characters' personality types and conflict resolutions and different things are pretty true, but for it to be a show where all this is taking place in, I don't know, maybe a month or something, the movie anyway, and then each episode might be taking place. Traditionally, I think each episode of a TV show usually takes place within a week, because next week there's another episode, so there's that. But I don't know how long it's going to take them to do episodes. I know they got 2 episodes. I'm not sure if they're going to come up with a new episode every week or what, or how long the season's going to last or what. But some of their other series and seasons of TV shows that they only have 6 episodes. So I'm just wondering, will they only have 6 episodes of Homestead? And it's pretty hard to get some character development in only 6 episodes. It's also pretty hard to get, when you have to get rid of somebody, they show up on one episode and they're pretty much gone the next episode. I mean, yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's interesting, nonetheless. Different things are kind of different. Yeah. Anyway, it's a good show. You should go see it. You should go watch it. And if you want to support Christian conservative media, you should definitely support everything Angel Studios does. Well, maybe not everything, but if you like some of their stuff, you should support them, because they've made a bunch of good movies. They made a bunch of good drama movies, and a bunch of Christian movies, and a bunch of biblical movies, and some are not necessarily biblical, but they're religious, like their Bonifer movie and their the one about the girl nun or whatever. So they're not. So I guess they're more of a non-denominational business, because they seem to not just address one particular church or one particular group. they seem to address religious stuff that is Christianity rooted, but not necessarily 100% biblical or 100% one denomination or another. So that's kind of good, because pretty hard to be Christian shows and more conservative in its nature than a lot of places. If you want to reach all the Christians, you kind of have to be more non-denominational, I would say, in your movies and shows. They also make a lot of, I guess that's because they do a lot of true story stuff. They're the same people who made Sound of Freedom. And they do a lot of, not just true story, but they do a lot of true events, true story type movies. And they do a lot of like sports type movies too, I guess. Maybe not a lot of them, but they got a couple of them. And so I guess they know a lot of people are into sports. And basically, they do some positive type movies, like Positive TV does. I'm just rambling now. Anyway, it's a good movie. It's got pros, it's got cons, and I like it. I think you should go see it. I don't particularly. I mean, I get the idea, the aspect of the rich dude creating this place and then it getting kind of overrun by refugees because of his wife, and then they're trying to figure out how to deal with working together and also having this PMC group that also trying to take over a little bit ish, because each people have their own ideas. But that being said, I would kind of like to see this from the Walking Dead type perspective too. The Walking Dead is a group of survivors that they go around and they have to continuously survive while moving around. Now, their problem is they have, zombies to deal with or walkers and stuff like that. I would kind of like to see more of the world building, because most of the show is based in the homestead. We don't learn too much about anything outside. We do have this radio broadcast that may or may not be giving us accurate information. We do have people that show up, like new people showing up to the homestead, which may or may not be giving us accurate information about the world that's outside of the events going on. So I would kind of like to see more of that in the show. And I would also kind of like to see more of how people are surviving from the, not necessarily to the rich people perspective, but maybe more from like survivalists and other things perspectives, like, what's going on in the rest of the world. Some more world building would be nice. Problem is that goes like, I guess for a start it's good, but I don't know. I'm just thinking it's like they could give us a little more what's going on outside the world instead of everything that's just going on in this one little area. It's good, but it's also, you could do more. But then again, people are never satisfied and they always want more, so yeah. I mean, it's pretty hard to put in everything in a 2-hour movie and then also have a series where you only have like hour-long episodes. So I guess it needs more, but it's pretty hard to put in more. You kind of have to. So it might be developing to the more. So that's what I'm getting at. You might have to develop to the more. Right now, it's still kind of developing, I guess. Anyway, have a great day. Remember, God is good all the time. All the time, God is good. Jesus loves you, Jesus God, Jesus Lord, Jesus King, Jesus ruler, everything, and have a great, wonderful day. And like, comment, subscribe, share, and join Angel Studios, I guess. I don't know what else to tell you. I pretty much rambled. Some of it was about the Angel Studios. Some of it was about the Homestead movie. Some of it, tried to give you some non-spoilers, but I don't know how to do a movie review without spoiling parts of it. Just go see it. I swear. Just go see it. I don't know what else to tell you. Anyway, later.